Hello. Hi, Malaysia. Sorry, I need to look a little bit tired, partially from the traveling, but the fall is on England last night. It's dragged us to penalty shootout, so I have to stay up, right? But they won, right? That's good. Clap. Anyway, my name is Thanasorn Jaidee. I'm running True Digital Park. What we try to do is basically try to build the ecosystem to drive startup ecosystem of the regions. I will tell you why we do this in just a minute. This is the problem statement of the project. We look at the ecosystem. You listen to the VC discussion that it's a $1 billion club, right? We have about 240 unicorn in the world. About 800 plus $1 billion of the valuation. But if we look at our region, it's very small. Right? You know the name already. If you look even a little bit further down to Thailand, not even one become a unicorn now, right? So we take this idea, we try to make sure that we play a good role of developing the ecosystem to make sure that we make more of this. Not only unicorn, but the successful startup in the regions. So we look at two aspects. The first aspect of making sure that we build a good ecosystem is government, right, and private sector. Government, why we look at the government first? Of course, you know it better than me on Singapore and Malaysia. But I will speak on the behalf of Thai government. Not behalf of Thai government. I can't speak for them, but I can speak, on behalf of private sector to see Thai government policy. So we build a lot of things in Thailand, right? The latest development would be Eastern Economic Corridor by providing a lot of incentive to startup. Basically, tax incentive. We got the visa. You come to Thailand, you work for 4-5 years easily by getting visa if you work in that particular zone. You have a tool, technology that the government will supply. You have resources from the educational system. They try to build the resources from the educational system. I think it's the same all over the world, right? But based on our experience, because I'm actually working with the government bodies in Thailand to try to draft the incentive, that actually the regional startup would want when they come to Thailand. Surprisingly, it's not a tax. It's basically a visa. Visa is the key, right? Recently, we just, in the corporation, we just adopt one concept from the government that we are the incubators who are actually granted by the government. When you come to Thailand and you in our program and we actually accept you, you get a visa. So it's something like this happening already in Thailand as well. So, it's a government play role here. Then you look at the private sector. Just give you one example, right? I think you see the names already. Station F, Xavier New. I think some of you guys may have heard about this, right? The guy is actually working with the French government. I actually been there. It was super beautiful old train station. They actually converted to the startup campus. It's about 30,000 square meters of the space. One particular thing that I kind of remember is the one of the dough. It's a statue that worth about 20 billion. You can go there to the Station F and you can go to the website and you see it. I kind of wonder who will pay 20 billion to buy that thing, okay? Just go to the website and look at it. But it's a good example. They try to help the government to build startup ecosystem by providing a good facility for the startup to come and work in the same facility under one roof, right? If you walk in there, you find a good partner like Line, Microsoft, Facebook, and others who actually set up a desk in there and startup can go there and work for free. So, we look at those two factors. So we believe that as one of the country in the region, we can play a good role on developing this ecosystem by private sector. Why we believe that? Because, of course, Thailand GDP is the second largest GDP in the region. We are the, used to call number one Facebook user, Facebook capital city of the world. Not just for sharing a picture and video, but we have a lot of users on mobile and internet. we have a policy of Thailand 4.0 in place already by to drive adoption of digital innovation and drive startup ecosystem. Of course, the cost of living is low, and we got a great food. I think some of you guys may visit Thailand before. You go to shopping. Some of my friends from Singapore just fly on the weekend, shopping and come back. And they say it's cheaper. So, it's a good place to live. And, of course, we come from the land of smile, right? People is very welcoming. So you come here, we accept you and we greet you, right? So by this other landscape, we believe that we can develop something using our own power under the conglomerate. The company that I work for is under the group called CP Group. I think you guys may heard about CP Group before. We are about 15% GDP contribution to to the country. We have about 20 subsidiaries all over the world and more than 500,000 employees. Under CP Group, it's a True Corporation. True Corporation is the second largest telco in Thailand. It's about, I think, roughly about almost 30 million subscribers already. We have a group underneath, recently developed called Ascent Group, and also other groups focusing mainly on digital innovation. We have e-wallet, we have data center and cloud, we have the e-commerce platform, and also we have a lot of supply chain. And one thing that we have under the CP Group is that we are probably the second largest 7-Eleven in the world, behind Japan. Currently, Japan has about 20,000 7-Eleven. In Thailand, it's about almost 11,000 7-Eleven already in Thailand. It's a big coverage all across the Thailand right now. So this is the background of the groups, right? The group is quite big. So we want to actually contribute back to the region by using the similar concept as a Station F. The whole idea of this is to build a place where we can have an open end-to-end startup ecosystem, to drive the region and especially Thailand to become a global hub for innovation. This is the whole concept. Why we do this and how we do this. We do in two things. Space is one thing, right? Space is easy. The piece of land that we have is about 17 acres in Bangkok, so it's very big. We can build a very, very beautiful place. But another thing that we're actually building now is the communities. It's a concept that's been developed for almost 5 years already, and now we got a very good support from our partners. Let me go one by one for you. We have a global tech giant and a large corporate come and support us to drive innovation, in the form of Open Lab, Tech Lab, Education, Academy. We will announce a major partner in the coming months. The partner we announce is the big player in the world. So they will open one unique, or maybe probably second or third location, very unique things in the digital park. The second one is the Incubator Accelerators. We are talking to a lot of Incubator Accelerators to ask them to come and help us drive ecosystem by providing the space, and also help them to organize the crowd and attract the startup to come to the park. Currently, we have about 5 or 6 of them already signed up with our program. Investor and VC. Currently, we have 8 VC signing up, on process of completing the MOU and the contract. So they will come in and open the concept called VC Clinic to actually help groom startup, and eventually they will invest in the startup. Then the major part of this ecosystem is the government. If you remember my logos earlier, we work with 3 main bodies in Thailand. One is the Board of Investment. We are working with them to actually trying to get the right to make a digital park similar to an industrial park. Basically, if we get that, you will come, if the regional startup come to Thailand and you land in this hub, eventually you will get the benefit applying to your company, for example, visa or tax. We also work with National Innovation Agency, NIA, under Ministry of Science to help develop startup ecosystem. One of the example I gave you earlier about startup getting the visa by joining our incubators. That's the example. We already adopt that already. The last one is DIPA, Digital Economy Promotion Agency. Actually, the main body who drive the digital economy in Thailand. They are actually open the one-stop service for startup or for the regional company. When you come to Thailand, you don't need to go anywhere. Come here, you get all the services you need. So this location is actually a unique location for the landing hub for startup. And the last two would be, of course, startup, right? We built this for startup, so we need startup to be in the park. So we are working with a major startup to ask them to join us, either open the office or running some program, so they can actually become a big brother for other startup, so they can actually mentor them and help them to grow their business. And the last one is key service support. So we believe that startup doesn't need any, they don't know things about HR, finance, or things like that. So we will provide that services to startups so they don't need to worry about other admin things. On top of that, we also help startup to provide their services in the park as well. For example, one of our startup in the park providing the locker as a service. We actually adopt that solution and put into the park, so they can actually using the tenant can using their lockers in the park as well. So this is the 6 major components that we are working on, and actually we currently have more than 40 partners already in those 6 circles, and it actually keep growing. Of course, again, next coming months we will keep announcing the key partners, and then when we look at the space, right? We talk about communities already. We look at the space. So we build the space such a way that people come here, they don't feel as an office. The space we call Digital Park Campus, meaning when you come here, the offices will be very, very connected. Even though you have your own space in one floor, you will need to share a common area or community with other floor. So, and then we will run a community program where people can actually interact in the park, right? We have the auditorium this size, about 500 seats, to actually running this kind of event. We have private chat zone or town hall zone for fit about 200 seats, and we also have a co-working space, operated by one of the major co-working space in the world in the park as well. So all of this is actually combining to become a hub, for startup to be landed here in the region and especially in Thailand. So why we pick the location? Of course, we built this as a smart city. Actually, this location has been awarded as a smart city of Bangkok by Ministry of Energy already. And we contribute a lot of the green space in the park. The park is actually have about 35% of green space. So we use a lot of space to build an environment. And of course, we build a retail store downstairs as well. It's about 200 stores, and it's in Bangkok. It's about 300 meters walk from the train station. Of course, just a quick one. My time is up. This is how it looks. So the look of the space. The hot desk, co-working space, town hall space, and we have a robotic labs in there as well by True Corporation. And this is the look of the retail space. And one thing that I think people get excited because we have a 24-hour street, where startup can actually spend their life in there as well, without going anywhere. Not just open 7-Eleven, okay? It's a whole street of food and beverage. So, and bike track, by the way, forgot this. 1.4 kilometer bike track on the 4th floor. You can actually ride a bike track on the 1st floor as well. We can do this because the land is about 17 acres of land in Bangkok. So, I think my time is up. Anyway, this is my name, my email, my contact. If you feel that this place is actually a good location for you to land in Bangkok, feel free to contact me. We will be opening by the end of the year, and we start running a major event beginning of next year. Thank you very much.